It's TheFrXion, or Tiger Tank 1-2, however you want to call me, I don't really care. Welcome back to World of Tanks, where today I have a very special gameplay for you. Probably one of the dumbest games I have this year on the map of Malinovka. Now you can see there are a lot of tank destroyers on here. We're in a tier 9, tier 10 matchup. There's a lot of HP, 27,550 on our side, 27,620 on the enemy team. And what do you do when you don't have a scout? Well, you become the scout yourself. I'm playing the WZ-120, and I don't have this tank at all equipped for scouting. So base view range is on this vehicle maybe 380, 390 meters. And I, with my crew skills and everything, I have about 426 meters view range. So that's quite okay, but it's not as good as, you know, a fully fleshed out tier 8 or tier 9 light tank. So right there you can see we've pushed very aggressively with a Char Futur 4 into the dip, and you can actually dodge into the water there and get yourself saved without getting shot. That's when you can get out of harm's way, and dipping into the water over there is kind of a risk because there is a high probability that you track yourself under the water and you do not have the engine power to get back out of the water. But usually what ends up happening is that you will do it just fine because your tracks will be strong enough. So right here, as you can see, is the very first indication of that this is a really weird match. We have a Moistion that is AFK in the enemy base. We had a T-30 right here that was cleared immediately by all the incoming friendly fire because we have like 5 tanks sitting at the base. And this Moistion probably didn't even load into the game. He saw it's going to be Malinovka, he saw that there are no scouts, and then he immediately left. So the second tank that pops up is a WZ-111-14, which is a Chinese tier 9 medium tank, and he is also AFK. So, you can see that the players on the enemy team, they were absolutely furious with probably the map selection and that there was no scout, and I can already imagine that they were just writing, "Fuck you, Wargaming, I'm out of here." And that's how we are already at 4,227 assisted damage. So we aren't stopping right there. This game has only been played for about 3 minutes, not even 3 minutes. We've already taken out 4 of their tanks, 4 tier 9 vehicles, all of them a lot of HP. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to spot all of the guys that are at C4 and C5, because that's usually where you get like the juicy bits, all the juicy tanks. We have a STRV 103B that is really aggressive. He's just driving straight out into the open and he's trying to sit in a bush, but unfortunately for him, he already has been spotted by something over there. He did spot the Tortoise though, and the Tortoise is definitely getting some flack, as is the Centurion 7/1. That is a tank that I can easily penetrate with the 249 millimeters that I have with this gun. Excuse me, because this tank is actually bonkers. I love this tank. One of my favorites of this year, because I've just kind of unlocked it in 2021 and I've enjoyed it a ton. So right there you can see our Stritzwagen gets knocked out because he was a bit too aggressive, but we know that there is a lot more stuff in that. There must be a Progetto 65. He's right there, we spot him, and the party is about to begin. The Progetto 65 is full HP, and if you blink you can see that he's going to lose a lot of HP in just a second. Another 800 assistance damage for us. Someone destroys the Centurion 7/1. We still have the Tortoise over there and the Progetto 65. So if I move into the bush in front of me, I'm probably going to be able to get even more assistance damage. So let me move up a bit further. Right there we spot the Tortoise. He's sitting there. He doesn't know what is going on. He's just getting fired at from all directions. And the next one is the Progetto 65, who's about to absolutely get wrecked by everyone shooting at him. So at this moment, I mean, we already knew as soon as we lit the Moistion and the WZ-111 that this game was going to be done, because the enemy team had no will to fight, and this is probably one of the dumbest matchmakings that you can see on this map, because you usually need somebody to scout. Like, if you don't have a light tank, you need to have a medium tank to do the job for you, because if the medium tanks don't do the spotting, well, who the hell is supposed to light up the enemy team? So right there, somebody spots FV4005. It's a platoon over there. We punish him once, put a very nice 122mm shell into his face, and we're just waiting for the second one. So I'm trying to spot him. I do see him, and somehow right there, fully aimed in, shot goes way over the turret, and I don't hit the FV4005. So very unlucky right there. I'm trying my luck again, firing another time, but because the shell velocity on this tank is not very good, 950 meters, we don't get any damage on him. We don't even get any assistance damage. So all the damage right there, somebody else got. It must have been the TVP. We didn't spot any of them. And so far, we're at about 7,000 damage dealt. And there's still more damage to be had. There are 4 tanks that are full HP in the back of the base. There's a Leopard Prototype A who's just sitting there. He obviously didn't want to participate in the battle, didn't want to spot for the enemy team. Probably had the best vision system out of all the tanks, and in the end we're gonna get one parting gift by object 705A, but it doesn't matter because we get all the assistance damage off of him. And somehow we track the FV instead of knocking the artillery out with a single shot. And then we still have at least one shot, I think, with the tortoise over there. That is a 2000 HP pinata, and it's a very nice high roll of 477 damage. And that kind of concludes one of the weirdest games I had this year around that I really did record, where basically we just steamrolled them and we managed to spot them very, very quickly, and the enemy team was not able to do anything. So what can we learn out of this experience? Basically that the 15-3 steamrolls, they are happening in this game, and they are happening a lot more frequently than they used to, and that scouting and spotting are an essential skill that you need to learn when you're playing this game. And that's how quickly you can just rack up about 10,000 combined, or even about 10,800 combined damage in a very, very quick succession. In about 7 minutes, we managed to wipe out the entire team. Could have been a 12,000 damage game in total if we were able to spot the FVs before the other ones, but I didn't want to rush out there because those are 2 FVs. If they do hit me with their head shells, they are going to knock me out. But either way, I hope you guys did enjoy. This was a very quick little fun round, and it was indeed very, very special. So until next time, I see you guys out there in World Tanks, and have a good one.